Over the two to 3 weeks over Easter, we've got find out what lives in the pond. So we won't be dipping in the pond. We'll be catching some creatures to put in tanks for the kids to look at. The other thing we've got is plant a patch, which is a wall garden where they can actually come and have a go at planting some vegetables with us. Or sowing some vegetables, I should say. Last year it was beetroot, turnips, Swedes, that sort of thing. So it's marking a row in the soil and putting your seeds in there, and then they can come back later on in the summer and watch them grow. So we're doing it for real for our restaurant. And the other thing we've got is the Tiny Things Trek, which is basically a lead walk, looking around at things that might normally be overlooked. So the tiny little plants like the duckweed on the pond, lichens on the trees, fungi, tiny little fruiting bodies of the fungi, even the weeds, the tiny little weeds that we normally pull out of the garden. They're actually quite interesting when you look at them under a microscope or under a hand lens. So that's the other thing we'll lead to. So Tiny Things Trek, there's Plant a Patch, and there's a Find Out What Lives in a Pond, but also ongoing through the Easter week, or the Easter weeks, I should say, is the egg trail. So we've got lots of different species of birds' eggs hidden cunningly in trees, and the kids have to go around and find them on a trail. So that's going on throughout the Easter holidays as well. It's very important for several reasons. One of them is just basically, unless you point stuff out, they can easily overlook stuff, as I said, and also kids are generally drawn towards wildlife and when they're small. Sometimes you lose their interest when they get to 10, 11, 12, so when you get them interested when they're really young, hopefully it'll stay with them. Now, from National Trust's point of view, our next members are going to come from the families that come here, so we want to get them interested now to help them, so they'll help to understand what we've got and why we're trying to protect it, and then they'll get involved, and when they're older they'll become members hopefully and bring their own families. So it's got several reasons for doing it. One reason is just to get people to look at the beauty around them and things that we can easily miss. You know, you look at the big things, but you tend to miss the small things, like the stuff that lives in the pond, or the tiny little fungi, fruiting bodies, or the lichens on the fruit trees. The Easter egg trail is a brand new thing, but we've also always had a trail, but it's actually really nicely made, wooden posts with little pictures of different species of birds. There's blackbirds and wrens, and they've got to find the appropriate egg in a tree. So it's educational as well as fun, and then they get the egg at the end of it, an Easter egg. So we've always done these sort of things. The Plant a Patch and the Tiny Things were new last year, so it's only the second year we've done those. So we'll try and tweak things so it's not the same every year. Enjoyment, education, gain some knowledge, enthusiasm. You know, the kids' enthusiasm gives us a lift as well, so so it's a two-way thing. So we try and inform them, but also their enthusiasm and their questions sometimes make you challenge yourself and look things up. They ask you a question that you can't answer, and that's fine. But it helps you to keep fresh and look things up. You think, I've never actually thought of that, because kids look at things from a different angle to us sometimes. They ask why a lot. We don't always ask why. We tend to look at things and don't question enough, and kids do tend to make you think. So I'm hoping that they'll learn, but also feel like it's their property, that they're going to come back. If things are planted in March, April, they'll come back in May, June and see them growing. Things that they've seen in the pond in March, they'll come back in May and they'll see the tiny little frogs developing. And so it's the seasonal thing really. So I want people to come back and enjoy what they've seen in the spring and see things develop. So it's an exciting time of year for that sort of thing. So yeah, enjoyment and education and knowledge is what we're hoping for people to pick up from it.